And then after 10 years, Colorado would suck all the weirdos back in from all over the planet. So anyway,
That fits in with the whole Pinkerton thing, doesn't it?
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Right? The Rough Riders.
Yeah. So anyways, talking about the daggone airport here, from what I told you right now, I would just be willing to stop and say, hey, look, this is just, obviously a very not
There's
well
some
kept
oddity there.
government facility. That's why it went so over. They lie about it, saying it's only 6 levels, but it's really at least at a minimum 13 levels, right? I've never been in a 13 level airport in my life. It has miles upon miles. Some say. Some people have said that they know that at a minimum there's 80 miles of tunnels underneath it. 80 miles of tunnels. I can't grasp that.
That's a lot. Right?
That's a lot, man. So enough's enough. All right, enough that. Now you ready to get into the weird stuff?
Here comes. We've laid down the specs. Now let's see why. What the explanation could be. Right.
Number one is the security is in reverse. If you've ever jumped over a barbed wire fence, raise your hand.
Oh, yeah.
And I've seen you. Yeah. So you know that the barbed wire fence goes in the direction you want to keep the people in, right? So if you want to keep somebody in, you tilt it this way. If you want to keep them out, you tilt it the other way.
Or if
this keeps them out both ways, right?
Or if you're, where I was,
yeah,
in the particular fence, it looks like that.
Yeah, and if you throw a coat over that, you can get over it.
It is sometimes.
Kids, don't try it at home. You will lose a pants.
Do not try this at home. Absolutely exactly. Not. You'll lose the crotch of your pants
for sure.
More often than not.
For sure. But at Denver, the barbed wire goes in. So it's to keep people inside the airport. That's number one, right? I'm thinking, okay, that could be just the Army did it, an Army dig, right? The Army Corps of Engineers could have did it backwards or whatever.
That's technically in this case, it would probably be the Air Force.
Yeah, the Air Force. No, there's no desk chairs out there.
Well, I mean, dude, no. See, here's the thing. They kind of own that area, dude. That's where the Air Force Academy is. That's where NORAD is and all that stuff.
Those guys got soft hands.
I mean,
those guys got soft hands, man.
They're not getting out there and building it now, but
they're the ones that are doing the evil stuff, probably.
You think the Army Corps of Engineers is out there digging holes? Mm-hmm. They got some kind of contractor out there.
Oh, they did. That's another thing they did weird too. They cycled out contractors constantly. They would bring people in to do a job and then pull them out, bring other people in, and they would cycle them through. So no one knew the whole building plans that was going. But that's not uncommon when you're building.
But that's what you do when you want to build a secret facility, right? That's a kind of a military, okay, they're building a military secret base.
Right. So, are you ready for the weird stuff? Totally coincidence, sure. I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Aerial views of this airport, it's shaped like a swastika.
Here we go,
right? Here we go, right? And if you know anything about the occult, that's how they speak. They speak in symbolism, right?
Symbology.
The swastika is really not a symbol of evil. It's actually a Native American symbol of prosperity and strength or whatever that goes into it. The Nazis
there's a lot of different there's a lot of different cultures that use it, right?
So just from that one, thing, I could say, okay, that's probably, you're reading too much into it, right? You're reading too much into it. Until you add what I'm about to add into it now. You got something to say about that?
No, and that's what I'm saying with, dude, my illustration was going to be very simple, right? Like in your head, imagine this, an X, mm-hmm. right? And then imagine that is north, south, east, and west.
Right.
Right? Well, you also have northeast,
sure.
northeast, northwest, southwest, and southeast, right? Well, if you want to catch every direction, you're going to have a runway going this way, runway going that way.
True.
You feel me? And the most economical design for that would be something that resembles a swastika.
Right. So I'm willing. I'm willing.
It's unavoidable.
I'm willing to give that the benefit of the doubt. Right. Okay, that's the benefit of the doubt.
I
Until I
just feel
add
it's
in the next,
that one I feel is full on coincidence
until I add
because it's
in,
just an airport.
until I add in the rest of the ingredients of this fiduciary pie, and there is a only one road in, one road out, and when you get to the airport, outside the airport, there's a 30-foot tall, 9,000-pound blue Mustang with
That
red
one's weird.
with red veins and red glowing eyes that they call, wait for it, Blucifer, right?
That one, yes.
So you might
That is freaking weird, man.
you might not know this.
Why?
You might not know this, Enigmites, but I consider myself kind of an art connoisseur. I like to go into some museums. I get cleaned up nice. I get invited to fundraisers. I go in there. I look at some art. Salvador Dali is my favorite artist. Jay is into art. Never been into big sculptures before. This ain't art. This right here is not art. A 9,000 pound. Why? Why?
Look. It's a Bronco, obviously, because that's horse country and it's Bronco country. So let's, right? Let's just
Enigmites, watch Jay.
serious, but that's what call it. No. I don't. So what's the Denver Broncos isn't a sports team?
It is. Denver does have horses. That is horse country. I've never met an undead.
Right.
I never met an undead one before.
Now, that being said, that is. It's over the top, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a very angry horse.
Yeah.
It's got red eyes and it's got veins popping out. It's over the top, and then there's that other weirdness about it.
Well, hold on. Like the guy, it broke apart when the guy was building it, and it killed him. I don't know how it fell on him and cut it.
How did it kill him though? That's the weirdest. That's right.
Yeah.
How did it kill him?
Yeah, it cut an artery somehow.
Cut an artery in his leg, dude.
Or
that's weird.
If you know anything about the occult, he was probably the blood sacrifice they used to christen it.
Here we go.
Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
Well, there's no way to prove you wrong, but
exactly.
I just think it's.
And why would you call it Blucifer?
Because of the circumstances of Blucifer, I think became about because when they put it up and it had killed its maker,
right.
And it had red glowing eyes and like it looked angry. I think that immediately is what it was christened. I don't know that its maker had named it Blucifer.
So yeah, I mean, if I'm going to an airport and I see that, I'm thinking like, okay, all right. But you know what? Since I am a kind person, I will even say that's just one man's weirdness, man. You can't hold that into all the other weirdness until you actually walk into this magnificent, beautiful, satanic temple of death, and you notice that they are gargoyle statues in all the baggage areas. Gargoyles. Made by this guy named Terry Allen. He does not hide his occult beliefs and says these are there to protect people from evil spirits. Defend that, Uncle Jace.
Well, have you ever been in a Catholic church? Like, there's gargoyles all over Catholic churches, right?
But are they sitting in a Samsonite suitcase?
They aren't, because they're not protecting. They're sitting in the church because they're protecting the church. But if you want them to protect the luggage, I guess they got to sit in the suitcase.
There are gargoyle statues. I thought this was a lie until I went and saw people taking pictures of it.
Subscribe now and turn on the notifications to join us on this extraordinary journey into the unknown.